Welcome to the B.U. Show, The Bus. I am your host, Harold McIntyre. The B.U. Show is a safe haven where black and brown men are seen, heard, and celebrated, not just tolerated. And today, February 1st, 2025, as we celebrate Black History Month here in the United States, we want to celebrate the amazing life and legacy of the one Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King was a transformative leader and civil rights activist. He fought for racial equality and justice in America. He was a Baptist minister and face of the civil rights movement. He helped lead the famous Montgomery bus boycott, the March on Washington, and the Selma to Montgomery marches. He also was a champion of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He is the reason the black man is able to vote today. But if you ask anybody, what is he most famous for and what do they know him for? They're probably going to tell you it's for his famous I Have a Dream speech, which was delivered on August 28th, 1963 at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. If you haven't heard it, I suggest you go listen to it now. It's a very good speech. It was because of this speech that I was inspired to write Rise Up. If you haven't heard that speech or that poem, go ahead and go to my Instagram at Black Notary, BLKNOTRY, and send it over to somebody who needs to rise up today. I quote, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. End quote. Here are 10 interesting and cool facts about Dr. Martin Luther King you probably didn't know. You ready? Let's go. Number 1, did you know his birth name was Michael, not Martin? Yeah, Dr. King was born Michael King Jr. on January 15, 1929. Michael King Sr. changed both of their names to Martin Luther King in honor of the Protestant reformer Martin Luther after a trip to Germany in 1934. Wow, very interesting. Did you know that? I definitely didn't know. But what I'm interested to know is why his father decided to change his name after that trip. What was so profound about that trip that he said, I have got to change my son's name to Martin Luther King Jr. Interesting. If you know why, let me know in the comments. Number 2, did you know he entered college at 15? Yeah, Dr. King was such a gifted student that he skipped high school, the 9th and through the 12th grades. He enrolled at the prestigious Morehouse College in Atlanta at the age of 15 and graduated with a degree in sociology at 19. Hey, I knew he was smart, but dang, he was real smart. Smart and gifted, obviously. Number 3, did you know he was a Trekkie, a Star Trek fan? Dr. King was a fan of Star Trek and convinced Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura, to stay on the show when she considered leaving. He told her that her role as a strong black character on TV was groundbreaking and important for representation. I agree. Thank you, Dr. King, for doing that. Even though I wasn't a big fan of Star Trek, I still believe that her face and her character needed to be seen, right? We need to be seen. Number 4, did you know he won a Grammy? Yeah, Dr. King won a Grammy Award in 1971 for Best Spoken Word Recording for his speech, not the I Have a Dream speech. It was for the Why I Oppose the War in Vietnam. Yeah, his I Have a Dream speech was also inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2012. Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. Interesting. Number 5, did you know he survived an assassination attempt 10 years before his death? In 1958, Dr. King was stabbed in the chest with a letter opener by a mentally ill woman while signing books in Harlem. The blade was so close to his aorta that doctors said a sneeze could have killed him. He later forgave his attacker, rightfully so. Number 6, did you know? He was the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize at that time. At just 35 years old, Dr. King became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 for his nonviolent resistance to racial inequality. He donated the prize money, $54,600 at that time, to the civil rights movement. Outstanding. Did not know that. Did you know? Number 7. Did you know he was arrested 29 times? Dr. King was arrested 29 times for his activism, often on trumped up charges. His arrests were a testament to his unwavering commitment to justice and equality. Dang, arrested 29 times. How many times was you arrested? Just playing. Number 9. Did you know his speech predicted his death? In his famous I've Been to the Mountaintop speech on April 3rd, 1968, Dr. King said, I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. He was assassinated the next day, April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee. Interesting. Very interesting. And eerie, too. And last but not least, number 10. Did you know his mother was also assassinated? Wow, I did not know that. 6 years after Dr. King's assassination, his mother, Alberta Williams King, was shot and killed while playing the organ at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. The shooter claimed he was motivated by a hatred of Christians, not race. Wow. Interesting facts. Well, leave in the comments if you knew about any of these facts. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And share this with somebody who needs to rise up and be lifted today. Because you know what? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. And we are not going back. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bernice King. We are not going back. Facts. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. And we'll see you on the next one.